Using the verb to get. How many ways can you think of using this verb? Well, make sure you stick with me and watch the video until the very end, because I will show you many ways of how to use to get more naturally. As always, don't forget to grab your free PDF lesson notes in the description below. The first situation most people think of is to receive or obtain something. Now this is true, and this is going to be our first example. So let's take a look at how to use to get, meaning to receive or obtain something. The first example that you can see here is, what did you get for Christmas? I got a PS5. Now you could say, what did you receive for Christmas? I received a PS5. They mean the same things. The next example is, I hope I get a new contract next year. You can also say, I hope I receive a new contract next year. Exactly the same meaning. And the last example in this situation is, can I get a discount please? Similarly, you can use, can I receive a discount please? Now you can ask the salesperson, can I get a 20% discount please? And they'll probably say, no. The next situation is to travel or to arrive. Now let's take a look at how to use to get for to arrive. What time are you going to get here? This means, what time are you going to arrive here? The next example is using to get, meaning to travel. For example, how did you get here today? I got here by bus. You could also use, how did you travel here today? I traveled here by bus. Again, they mean the same thing. The next situation we can look at is meaning to become, which means to change something or someone. For example, we can use adjectives with this situation. For example, young, old, hot, cold. You get the idea. So let's take a look at the first example. In the summer in Japan, it gets hot and humid. This means the season and the weather changes. It becomes hot and humid in the summer. The second example is, she got angry at me. So this means she became angry at me. But I don't know what I did. The next one we can use when we're talking about to become is with comparatives, such as better, more interesting, quicker, or slower. For example, I hope you get better soon. You can also say, I hope you become better soon. So we are comparing that someone is sick now, but we hope they will get better in the future. The second example is, I'm going home if it doesn't get more interesting soon. This means that if it doesn't become more interesting, this person will go home. The last one for to become, we can use this with the past participle. For example, tired or bored. Let's have a look at this example here. I need to go home. I'm getting tired. This means I need to go home because I'm becoming tired. The next situations you can use to get in can mean to bring, to buy, and to find. However, Some of these can mean different things depending on the context. Let's take a look at the first example, which means to bring. What can I get you? Usually in a restaurant, this means to bring, of course, to bring your food or your drink to your table. Now, if you're with your friend or maybe a family member at a bar or a cafe and they go to order, maybe they will ask you, what can I get you? This means, what drink can I buy you? The next example we can see here is, we need to get some more milk. Now this means that we need to buy some more milk, probably because there is no more. The last one you can see here is, did you get a new sales manager? This means, did you find a new sales manager? Probably because the company was looking for a new sales manager. The next situation we can use to get in is meaning to understand something. Now let's take a look at the interrogative form first. Did you get the meaning of that word? This means, did you understand the meaning of that word? We use this a lot when we want to check if someone understands something. The next example is the negative form. I just don't get why he's so angry. Meaning, I don't understand why he's so angry. The last example is the affirmative, meaning that we do understand something. For example here, I get the reasons I can't park my car here. This means I understand the reasons I can't park my car here. The next situation we can have a look at is to have and to have to. We can use the verb to get in both of these. However, it doesn't change the meaning of to have and to have to. It's just another expression for us to use naturally. Let's take a look at the first example. I have $20 in my pocket. We can also say, I've got $20 in my pocket. They both mean the same thing. This is the affirmative version of the sentence. Notice that we use the contracted version of I have, I've, when we use got. The next one is the negative form. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. I don't have any pets is the first example. But we can also say I've not got any pets. They mean the same thing. And also notice that we use the contracted version of I have, and we also use not before got. Okay, so let's take a look at the interrogative form of this. For example, do you have any information about the event? We can also say, have you got any information about the event? This is the interrogative form because we are asking questions. Now notice here, we don't need to use any contracted forms at all. The next situation is using to have to. And let's take a look at the affirmative version first. For example, I have to take the earlier train versus I've got to take the earlier train. Once again, we need to use the contracted form in this case when we use got. I've got. Now we can take a look at the negative form of this here. For example, she doesn't have to go swimming tomorrow. We can also say, she hasn't got to go swimming tomorrow. And the last one for to have to is the interrogative form. Now, for example, do you have to play the music so loud? We can also say, have you got to play the music so loud? Once again, you can see here, we don't use any contractions at all. Now, for the last part, I wanted to include some natural expressions for you to see where we use to get. So let's take a look at a few examples. The first one is we get along well, which means we are good friends. The next one is it's easy to get around the city because of the subway. This means it's easy to travel around the city. Similar to the example we looked at earlier. The next one is get together. For example, let's get together tomorrow at 5 p.m. meaning let's meet. The next one is you're getting on my nerves. Now this means you're annoying me. And the last one you can see here is we've got to get going. Now this is pretty British actually, means we need to leave. And actually we use this quite often in the UK. Well, that is how you can use to get much more naturally. This will help you communicate and understand native speakers of English much better. Show me that you got this lesson by writing an example in the comments below. I look forward to reading your examples. If you enjoyed this video, then you need to click on this one here. You will learn lots of British phrases to help you impress your British friends and possibly confuse some of your American ones as well. So watch this video now.